Hello again, everyone. This is Game Collector here, and welcome to week 3 of Kamen Rider Drive Month. This week I have with me TK05 Type Technic, or Type Technique. It's spelled T-E-C-H-N-I-C. You'd assume it means technique, but it means technical. Like a technical track or technical vehicle. That's because this one gives him, well, not so much super intelligence, but it increases his technical skills, because he disarms a bomb one-handed, uses this gun, pointing the other way behind him, using a camera in the back of his helmet, and then using the fire braver tire from the, to retrieve the hostage strapped to the bomb. That's not technique, that's being technical. And here is the door gun, or doorju. And yes, it can even pop open to recharge. Let me get the arms right. There is a... You have to get the shoulders just right. Otherwise... there we go. Otherwise his tire won't spin properly. And just like the others, he has the T on him. On his belt. Come on. Come on. Not sure if it was visible or not, but it is there. You might see it on the box. Oh, excuse me. Speaking of the box, we might as well get that out of the way first. TK05, the only word I can still read. There's Type Technic. There it is, using the fire braver tire. And there is Tridron in technical mode. There it is, swapping tires with Type Wild. And Type Speed, using the gun. Oh yeah, he's holding it with his right hand and opening the door with his left. It looked like he was holding it upside down. There it is with the gun. And the spinny chest. And there are the tire sets that I still don't have yet. But trust me, I will get it eventually. Now, speaking of tire sets, we're going to go over the whole tire Kokan change with him and demonstrate what his tire looks like. Speaking of, his tire matches the inner workings of Fire Braver. We'll set that off to the side. He can use Type Fruits, sort of. Not very well, but he can wear it. Can't spin on him because the edges will knock this back, holding his head in place. Can use Type Speed. And Type Speed can use Type Technic. And this is probably one of my favorite tire swap combos, because the Technic tire and the Speed tire roll really fantastically on these two. Also, as a little note, this hole here is for the little smokestack peg for his arm. And also, if you notice, they're kind of Christmas colored now. Red and green. Shine a bit of light on there for a little bit. Although I gotta say, Type Technic is more like a lime green than anything. So let's do the whole tire swap here. Pull him off camera briefly. Type Wild with Type Technic with Type Speed with Type Wild. And I noticed this myself, like, not too long ago, and the camera is not cooperating, that it goes from horizontal to vertical, no, horizontal, diagonal, and vertical. Though, it kind of goes, he starts with this, then this, and that, but basically, you see the tire turning at a slant. Although this one doesn't really go on too well because the ridges right here bump against the flat surface of his body. Like all around here, it gets bumpy real fast, so wouldn't suggest that. And something else that you may not know, all of their default tires are made of hard rubber. The outer rim of it is made of hard rubber. If you push on it, it does have a bit of give, like really super dense hard rubber. It's great. I love it. This is like the type of tires that Transformers should have, but probably never will. So for now, just going to show that. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave Type Wild up here for a bit so we can show him with the Fire Braver at some point. Like so. Yeah, you can probably... It's probably going to look better on Type Wild than it will on Type Technic, because it's an arm. So, going to give him the Rumble Dump, which, going to be honest, it doesn't really fit on his... The drill doesn't fit on his arm too well. So, there's that. Here's Type Wild with the Fire Braver, which doesn't like to stay up very well. At least it spins really good. And with that out of the way, we're going to put him back off to the side. Also show that come on. More bit of off-camera work here. That's, not going as planned. Trying to demonstrate Type Speed using the Dorju, or the door gun. Yeah, it finally comes into meaning. Dorju and Hino wa nai no DJju. Something DJ gun. is, holding the handle Jew, or the door Jew. It is J-U, not the other kind of Jew that some people might be thinking of, because Japanese is weird, sometimes, usually. Japan itself is pretty damn weird, though. I mean, we're talking about an action figure who looks like who's based off of a superhero who's based off of a car, who can turn into different cars by sliding in little tiny cars into his wristband that's connected to his belt. That's all based off of a hero from 1971 who's a grasshopper cyborg. Hey, I'm not knocking it, I'm just telling you what it is. So, Type Technic, and you saw the first two tires, and let's go through a couple others. Even saw him using the Type Fruit. So, Max Flare. Bit of a problem with this one. It cannot spin and fully extend the flares while on the body. Because of this little back portion here, some tires will not work with Type Technic. But on the plus side, it can still spin when it's not extended. That's a big plus. It spins quite smoothly. Swapping that one out for Funky Spike, which, if you want to go through this, tires that match through color. This is probably going to be kind of a long episode. You have Funky Spike for Technic. And while I don't have it, I'd have what is it called? Spin Mixer for Type Wild, and Max Flare for Type Fruits. Demonstrated as such. Orange, green, and red. Now, going to show how the spinner works on with Funky Spike, because it does spin quite smoothly on Type Technic. Very smoothly, I might add. God, that is just so addicting. And I also kind of took to note that Drive Type Speed kind of looks like an ant, especially Proto Drive, which I will kind of talk about next week, in the next episode anyway, because it's significant. Even though it's spoiled, yeah, whatever. Talk about it next week. But Drive Type Technic makes me think of a stag beetle because of the arms on his helmet extending upwards. They kind of remind me of Gattack, or I don't remember the Japanese name for it, but the Metal Heroes version of Beetleborgs. He makes me think of the green one because he's green and has the little stag horn sticking up. Sorry, just had to get that out of the way there. And will Justice Hunter finally try to F me over? Nope, still participating properly. And the last one, as usual, Massive Monster. And another little nice thing you can do if you're afraid to try to just push them down, you can pull the arms down, then push them back up after you've clicked the shoulder pads in place. There he is, and he actually holds these the firmest out of all of them. And Massive Monster doesn't particularly like to spin on this figure. I mean, it can, but the face likes to bump into the shoulder panels. So pop it open. Type Technic. And there's that coming off. Come on. Oh, hopefully my family, they had to go to the doctor during this video. So hopefully, yep, they're home. So hopefully there won't be any noise during this, as far as I can tell. There he is holding the handle ken and the Dorju. The door gun. Handle sword and door gun. And he immediately drops the door gun. Door gun doesn't like to be held. Just lay him down. Quickly go over his posability before the back door opens. Shoulder goes down, which is to help in there. Can go up. Under elbow swivel. Bicep swivel. Wrist swivel. Head is still on a ball joint, but limited due to the size of his head, size and shape of his head. Waist swivel. And the legs are exactly the same as they would be on Type Speed. Huh. Oh, you can't actually bend them outward. Neat. And foot's on a ball joint. Same thing on this side. But you can get a bit more motion out when the shoulder pad is raised. So that's it for this week. That was Type Technic. And I will see you all later.